Chosen one, there is a new wave moving around you now, one you can no longer ignore. As you walk into spaces, as you engage, as you simply breathe, there is a rising chorus of admiration that follows you. Not merely because of your face, your voice, or your frame, but because of the electric signature of your high sexual energy. Women, more and more, are beginning to look at you not just as a man, but as a symbol, as a high-end trophy, a prize to be admired, a living monument of desire. But understand this, while it is tempting to bask in that gaze, while it may flatter the ego and stir the senses, it is an illusion if you are not careful. It is a smoke that can cloud your path if you mistake it for your true reflection. You are not a trophy. You were never created to be an object of status for others to display, to elevate their own sense of worth through proximity to you. You are a living soul, a dynamic spirit, a force carrying divine fire. And while your sexual energy is potent, while it sends ripples through the room, while it stirs fantasies and draws attention like a flame in the night, it is merely one layer of the immense temple of your being. If you accept the image of the trophy without challenging it, you run the risk of being trapped by it, boxed in by others' projections, their expectations, their hunger to possess you, rather than to know you. Chosen one, this moment in your journey calls for discernment. Yes, you feel the surge of admiration. Yes, you notice the looks, the smiles, the invitations cloaked behind casual words. But you must not let it define you. Your high sexual energy is a powerful current, but it is not the ocean. It is a spark, not the fire itself. Women may see you now as the ultimate prize because you represent something they rarely encounter. A man whose presence radiates vitality, confidence, strength, and profound magnetism all at once. But if they see only the external shine, if they recognize only the surface, then they have yet to truly meet you. This is where your sacred responsibility begins. You must remember who you are beyond the admiration. You must not be seduced by your own reflection in their eyes. You must anchor yourself in the knowledge that while you are admired as a trophy by some, you are called to be something infinitely more powerful, a living embodiment of truth, depth, and sacred masculine energy. Every day you walk through this world, you will be given a choice: to remain a polished statue adored by many, but truly known by none, or to become an authentic beacon for those with the eyes and the courage to see you beyond the shimmer. To let your life be dictated by admiration would be to reduce your soul to decoration. To stand firm in your true essence, even when others want only to showcase you for their own status, is to claim your divine purpose. Do not despise the attention. It is evidence of the force within you, but do not worship it either. Attention without understanding is empty. It does not nourish you. It cannot sustain your spirit. Let the admiration flow through you like wind through the trees. Let it pass without needing to capture it. What matters now is not how many admire you, but how many truly connect with the reality of your spirit. You are not here to be placed on someone else's shelf of accomplishments. You are here to walk as a free man, carrying a light too vast to be contained within anyone's shallow vision. Celebrate your gift. Honor your energy, but never let it reduce you to a spectacle. You are not a trophy. You are a living temple of transformation. Chosen one, once you have seen through the illusion of being viewed as a trophy, you must turn your focus towards something far more enduring, far more meaningful, the pursuit of depth beyond the surface of desire. For while many will be drawn to your light, intoxicated by the aura of high sexual energy that radiates from you without effort, few will initially recognize the ocean that lies beneath. It is now your sacred task to guard that depth, to reveal it only to those who are willing and capable of meeting you beyond the shallow waters. Understand that physical attraction is often the first doorway through which people step, but it is not the home where real connection lives. Physical magnetism is a spark, but true intimacy is the flame that can light a lifetime. You must now walk as one who knows that while the world sees the fire of your exterior, it is the warmth of your soul that truly transforms. And this warmth, this inner wealth, must not be thrown carelessly at those who are satisfied only with the appearance of value without the willingness to honor it. Women are beginning to notice something different about you. They come closer, drawn initially by the way you carry your body, the confident resonance of your voice, the rich, magnetic pulse that your sexual energy transmits through every subtle gesture. But once they approach, something deeper challenges them. They sense a stillness in you, a centeredness that tells them instinctively that you are not easily swayed. You are not begging to be chosen. You are choosing who may know you. This creates a new energy in your presence, an energy of invitation without desperation, of openness without exposure. Women who might have once thought they could easily possess you as a symbol for their own glory find themselves disarmed, puzzled, intrigued, because they realize you are not looking to be admired. You are looking to build resonance. You are looking to recognize and be recognized, not just visually, but soul to soul. This new approach demands courage, chosen one. It is not the easier path. It is far simpler to remain the admired figure, to collect the glances, to bask in the ease of shallow desire. But you know now that the real nourishment of life is found not in quantity, but in quality. Not in how many admire you, but in how deeply even one can know you. You will begin to filter your encounters naturally, not through arrogance, not through superiority, but through the simple, powerful knowing that not everyone who sees your light deserves to stand close to its fire. And you will notice that as you do, something miraculous happens. The quality of women who stay grows exponentially. They are women who are not intimidated by your fire, but inspired by it. Women who see not only the exterior trophy, but the living, breathing king within. Women who recognize that real gold is not only beautiful, it is weighty, tested, and unchangeable. Let your journey be shaped now by this deeper call. You are not here to satisfy the shallow thirst of admiration. You are here to quench the deep hunger for truth, for connection, for love that does not flinch at the rawness of the real. Your high sexual energy is the gate, but your soul is the treasure. Chosen one, walk as one who knows he is desired, but seeks to be understood. Speak as one who knows he is admired, but desires to be aligned. Love as one who knows he is seen, but craves to be felt. And when you find those who are willing to dive beyond the surface, when you meet those rare souls who bring their own oceans to merge with yours, you will no longer be a trophy in their eyes. You will be a home, a sacred meeting place, a reflection of everything real they had forgotten they were searching for. Chosen one, the further you walk into the energy of your calling, the more you must awaken to a higher awareness. You are no longer simply admired for your beauty or magnetism. You are influencing the lives of those around you, even when you do not speak. Your presence, shaped and amplified by your high sexual energy, does not merely pull attention. It shifts perspectives, ignites emotions, and leaves imprints on the souls that brush against you. This is no small thing. It is sacred and it is weighty, and it demands of you a responsibility that cannot be taken lightly. You see, influence is not something you choose once you reach this level. It is something you naturally are. Every glance you return, every conversation you entertain, every smile you offer, every boundary you set or dissolve, they are all seeds. Seeds that grow into experiences, expectations, awakenings, or, if you are careless, disillusionments. Women who step into your orbit do not simply encounter a man. They encounter a possibility. They encounter a story they could tell themselves about what it feels like to be seen, desired, respected, or if mishandled, misunderstood. Chosen one, you must now begin to move with the understanding that your interactions are not isolated moments. They are part of a greater spiritual ecosystem. You are weaving energetic threads into the lives of others, consciously or unconsciously. The women who meet you now will carry away more than a memory. They will carry an imprint, however subtle or lasting, of who you chose to be in that encounter. Were you present? Were you clear? Were you kind? Were you honest? Did your energy uplift or did it consume? Did you awaken their dignity or did you simply satisfy their surface hunger while leaving their deeper thirst ignored? It is tempting to revel in the power you now hold, to enjoy how easily your words stir excitement, how quickly your touch can create longing, how naturally your presence opens doors that once required effort. But you must remember, true kings do not rule by manipulation. They rule by stewardship. They know that power is not for domination but for protection. That influence is not for self-gratification but for elevation. The women who admire you may not know how to articulate what they seek. Some will come hoping to be filled by your fire. Others will come to bask in your light without understanding what it costs you to burn so brightly. You must not despise them for this. You must simply recognize it and lead with wisdom. Lead with clarity. Lead with a heart that is willing to give, but not to give recklessly. Lead with an energy that says, "You are welcome to stand near my flame, but you will not be allowed to burn without knowing what you're stepping into." When you move this way, your influence becomes not just potent, it becomes pure. You become a man who does not leave behind a trail of confusion or regret, but a trail of awakenings. Even if the connection is brief, even if the encounter is fleeting, you leave them better than you found them. Not because you promised them forever, but because you honored them in the now. This, chosen one, is your responsibility now. To be a man whose influence does not create addiction, but awakening. A man whose presence does not enslave others to fantasy, but liberates them into their own deeper truths. A man who can enjoy admiration without becoming enslaved by it, and who can lead others into greater freedom simply by being a living, breathing example of self-mastery. Walk carefully. Walk joyfully. Walk knowing that the mark you leave is not just on their skin or their memory, but on their soul. Chosen one, as the admiration grows louder, as the eyes grow hungrier, as the invitations become more abundant, there will come a subtle but dangerous temptation to begin to measure your worth by the volume of attention you receive. To begin to believe that because so many admire you, because so many desire proximity to you, your value is somehow enhanced. But you must resist this seduction with all the strength of your soul. For the truth is this: your worth is not determined by others' perceptions. Your worth is a reflection of your own unshakable knowing of who you are when no one is watching. When women call you a high-end trophy, when they compete for your gaze, when they speak about you as if winning your favor is some final prize, you must remember, you are not the prize for their victory. You are not the object that validates their beauty, status, or self-esteem. You are a mirror. A mirror that, if they are willing, reflects back to them the parts of themselves they either cherish or long to reclaim. But mirrors are dangerous when misunderstood. Those who only see themselves in you superficially will treat you superficially. They will project their needs, their fantasies, their wounds onto you. And if you are not vigilant, you will start to mistake their projections for your identity. You will start to live for the applause, to hunger for the admiration, instead to define yourself by the magnitude of their desire, instead of the consistency of your inner truth. Chosen one, your true worth was not born the day others began to admire you. It was born in the fires of your becoming, in the private battles you fought when no one was cheering, in the silent prayers you whispered when no one was watching, in the sacred decisions you made to refine your heart, discipline your mind, and purify your intentions long before any spotlight ever found you. Let the admiration pass through you. Let the applause touch your ears but not your soul. Stand so rooted in your own self-recognition that whether you are celebrated or unseen, desired or disregarded, you remain unchanged. Because your worth is eternal. It does not rise and fall with public opinion. It does not flicker with the emotions of those who encounter you. It is a fixed star, burning steadily within the universe of your being. When women see you as a trophy, reflect back to them something far greater. A man who knows he is whole without needing to be won. A man who appreciates admiration but does not require it. A man who can engage playfully with the surface but always anchors himself in the depth. In every conversation, in every gaze, in every shared silence, let them feel not just your beauty, not just your energy, but your steadiness. Let them walk away saying, not only he was magnificent, but also he was unwavering. Because in a world desperate for validation, you, chosen one, are a living testament that true worth is self-sourced, self-sustained, and utterly untouchable by outside approval. Let your life continue to be a mirror of truth. Let your journey reflect not the shimmer of a trophy, but the unbreakable radiance of a soul that knows it was never meant to be placed on a shelf, but always meant to move through the world as a force of living light. Chosen one, as you advance deeper into the unfolding of your journey, you are now encountering an invisible line that few recognize, let alone cross. It is the line that separates those who are seen as objects from those who are recognized as subjects, living beings with their own will, their own gravity, their own unshakable reality. You must now step fully across that line. You must no longer allow yourself to be treated merely as a possession to be displayed, an accomplishment to be bragged about, or a prize to be claimed. You are not an accessory to someone else's self-image. You are not a badge of honor for another's ego. You are a full and sovereign soul, and you must demand to be seen as such, not through arrogance, but through the simple, powerful presence of your being. It is easy to be objectified when you carry the kind of high sexual energy you possess. It is easy for others to fall into the trap of seeing you only through the lens of how your energy makes them feel. Excited, validated, more alive, more wanted. But you must remember, chosen one, you are not responsible for the emotions others project onto you. You are responsible for standing firmly in your own authenticity, so that when people meet you, they are forced to confront not just their fantasies about you, but the reality of you. Being a subject means being willing to assert your humanity in every encounter. It means choosing not to disappear into someone else's expectations. It means speaking your truth, whether or not it is convenient. It means refusing to shrink into a caricature of yourself simply because others would prefer you to stay two-dimensional, safe, predictable, easy to idolize but never truly know. When you walk as a subject and not an object, your conversations shift, your gaze carries more weight, your silences become more meaningful. You no longer flirt carelessly just because you can. You no longer entertain connections that diminish your spirit simply because they flatter your pride. You no longer waste your sacred energy being a beautiful decoration in someone else's temporary narrative. Instead, you choose depth over decoration, reality over roleplay, presence over performance. And yes, chosen one, when you walk this way, some will fall away. Some will become uncomfortable when they realize they cannot consume your energy without offering anything in return. Some will resent you for refusing to remain a projection of their desires. Let them go. Let them walk. They were never meant to stand beside you in the fullness of your truth. For those who remain, those who are willing to meet you not as an object, but as a living subject with your own sacred fire, the relationships that unfold will be unlike anything you have ever known. There will be no need for masks, no need for pretending. Only the raw, honest beauty of two sovereign souls meeting, neither trying to possess the other, both simply witnessing and amplifying each other's radiance. This is the new ground you must now walk, chosen one. Walk it with quiet strength. Walk it with unwavering dignity. Walk it with the deep, unshakable knowledge that you were never born to be a possession. You were born to be a presence, a living, breathing testament to the power of authentic existence. Chosen one, as you transition fully into this new space of being seen as a subject rather than an object, another truth must root itself deeply in your heart. Your journey from being admired to being truly respected by others must always begin with your self-respect. Without it, no amount of external adoration will ever satisfy you. Without it, you will remain vulnerable to the constant pull of validation, always seeking approval, always at risk of being reduced to someone else's fantasy. Self-respect is not optional for you anymore. It is the very foundation upon which your new life must be built. Self-respect is not pride, it is not arrogance. It is the quiet, immovable center inside you that says, I am enough, whether I am celebrated or ignored. I am whole, whether I am chosen or overlooked. It is the knowing that your value was established long before anyone recognized it, and will remain long after the crowds grow silent. You cultivate self-respect by choosing yourself first, not in selfishness, but in sacred stewardship of your soul. You honor your time, you guard your energy, you say no with as much grace as you say yes. You move away from those who try to possess you without seeking to know you. You refuse to entertain connections that require you to diminish your standards, your dreams, or your voice just to maintain someone's approval. Self-respect also means being ruthlessly honest with yourself. It means asking hard questions about why you are drawn to certain people or situations. It means recognizing when your energy is being siphoned, even subtly. It means standing in your truth, even when loneliness knocks at your door. trusting that solitude is far better than entanglement with those who cannot meet you at the level you have now ascended to. You will find that as your self-respect deepens, the way others treat you will shift without you needing to say a word. Your energy will speak for itself. Your very presence will establish boundaries without confrontation. Those who seek to consume you will sense instinctively that they must rise to meet your standard or walk away. And those who are ready, truly ready to honor the fullness of who you are, will approach with a different energy altogether. The energy of reverence. Women who once might have viewed you as a high-end trophy will begin to see you as something far more valuable. A man rooted in his own sacredness. A man who cannot be bought by admiration, who cannot be moved by flattery, who cannot be possessed by praise. They will see a man who walks through the world not seeking validation, but offering invitation into a higher, deeper, truer experience of connection. And in turn, your relationships will change. They will become fewer, yes, but they will also become infinitely richer. Every encounter will be an exchange between equals, between sovereign beings who choose each other freely, joyfully, without fear or compulsion. This is what self-respect creates, chosen one. A life that is not built on the shifting sands of admiration, but on the solid rock of truth. Walk in that truth now. Live it. Embody it. Let every step you take, every word you speak, every boundary you set be a declaration of your unwavering respect for the sacred being you have become. And watch as the world, in awe and gratitude, begins to mirror that respect back to you in ways more beautiful than you ever imagined. Chosen one. Now that your self-respect has been deeply rooted, another sacred power begins to awaken in you, the power of choice. It is not the choice of mere opportunities thrown at your feet. It is the conscious, deliberate, sovereign choice to decide which energies, which relationships, and which experiences are permitted into the sacred garden of your life. And understand this, the more your high sexual energy radiates, the more doors will open, the more invitations will come. But you must not be deceived into thinking that because something is available to you, it is meant for you. Your true power now is not in how many women you can attract. Your true power is in how selectively, wisely, and purposefully you choose who you allow close. At this level of evolution, you no longer move based on impulse. You move based on alignment. You no longer chase fleeting pleasures. You seek lasting resonance. You do not let flattery or admiration cloud your judgment. You measure every encounter by the quiet voice inside your soul that asks, does this person honor the man I have become? Does this connection deepen my walk in truth? Or does it distract me from it? Your high sexual energy makes you a magnet. But remember, chosen one, magnets attract all kinds of things, metallic treasures and rusted scraps alike. You must use your discernment like a sword, lovingly but firmly separating what merely looks good from what is truly aligned with your destiny. You must learn to read energy, to listen between the words, to observe not just how someone moves toward you, but why. Women will continue to respond to your presence with heightened emotions. Fascination, excitement, even obsession. Some will see you and believe that possessing you will validate them. Some will see you and believe that winning you will finally silence the doubts within themselves. Some will approach you not out of mutual love, but out of the desire to own your light because they have not yet learned how to kindle their own. You must be compassionate toward this. You must understand that many are still growing, still searching, but you must not sacrifice your path trying to heal everyone who reaches for you. You are not here to be a savior. You are here to be a living invitation to higher connection. And that means choosing carefully, choosing consciously, choosing with the eyes of the spirit, not the cravings of the flesh. Every yes you give now must be sacred. Every door you open must be opened with intention. Every bond you create must be created with the awareness that your energy is no longer just yours. It is a legacy you are building with every choice you make. Walk slowly now, chosen one. Walk wisely. Not because you are afraid to lose pleasure, but because you are committed to preserving your peace. Not because you are arrogant, but because you are aligned with a purpose greater than personal gratification. Let your choices reflect your maturity. Let them declare without a word, I know who I am. I know what I carry. I do not choose based on hunger. I choose based on holy recognition. And in doing so, you will draw to you not just those who admire your body, but those who are ready to honor your soul. Chosen one, the longer you walk in this sacred discernment, the more you will feel the invisible hands trying to place you upon pedestals, elevating you into roles you never asked to play, projecting fantasies upon you, expecting perfection from a man who never claimed to be perfect. And here lies a deeper lesson you must now embrace. You must learn to escape the pedestal without losing your grace. The pedestal is seductive because it feels good to be admired. It feels good to be seen as ideal. It feels good to be someone's dream incarnate. But if you are not careful, you will become trapped. Trapped by the fear of falling. Trapped by the constant pressure to maintain an image rather than live in your truth. Trapped by the expectations of others who love not you, but the idea of you they have created in their minds. You must never forget. The pedestal is not a place of real love. It is a place of projection. And projections are prisons, no matter how beautiful the view may seem at first. To escape the pedestal, you must remain ruthlessly human. You must be willing to disappoint others by being yourself. You must show your flaws without apology. You must reveal your fears, your struggles, your evolving truth. Not recklessly, not carelessly, but courageously. Because only when you dismantle the image of perfection others have built can you truly invite real love. The kind of love that sees all of you and stays, not because you are flawless, but because you are authentic. You must also resist the temptation to use the pedestal for your own ego's gain. It would be easy to manipulate admiration into control, easy to play the role they crave you to be, easy to bask in the constant supply of praise and validation. But if you do, you will slowly lose yourself. You will become a hollow reflection of others' expectations rather than the living flame of your own soul. Instead, choose humility. Choose presence. Choose to step off the pedestal every single day by grounding yourself in reality. Ground yourself in service, in learning, in gratitude. Ground yourself by remembering that you are not above anyone. You are simply awake to your own worth, and you invite others to wake up to theirs. The women who truly belong near you, chosen one, will not need you to be perfect. They will not worship you. They will walk with you. They will not hold you captive to an image. They will cherish you as a man in motion, a soul still unfolding, a presence still deepening. Let those who need a trophy look elsewhere. Let those who seek a flawless fantasy pass by. You are no longer here to be adored for a mask you wear. You are here to be loved for the man you are becoming. Step down from every pedestal they offer. Stand firmly on the sacred ground of your truth. And from that place, you will be free. Not just admired, not just desired, but truly deeply loved. Chosen one, as you continue to move with the wisdom that only those anchored in truth can carry, you will find that the nature of your connections begins to shift dramatically. What once was based on shallow admiration, on surface-level exchanges fueled by your visible allure and high sexual energy, will no longer satisfy you. You will no longer seek encounters that leave you celebrated yet unseen. You will crave and cultivate authentic connections, bonds rooted not in fantasy, not in the temporary high of being desired, but in the mutual recognition of soul to soul. The journey toward authenticity begins with you. You are the blueprint for the kind of connections you attract. If you move through life valuing only attention, you will gather many admirers but few allies. If you live in a posture of constant proving, you will find yourself exhausted and surrounded by those who do not truly know you. But when you embody your truth openly and without apology, when you offer your presence fully but without performance, you will summon those who are able to meet you at the depth you now require. Understand this. Authenticity repels the shallow. It unsettles the inauthentic. It confuses those who seek only a mirror for their ego, but it draws in the ones whose spirits are awake, or at least ready to awaken. When you offer your real self, unmasked, unpolished, unwavering, you are extending an invitation for others to be real too. You become a space where pretenses dissolve, where guarded hearts can lower their armor, where conversations stretch beyond small talk into the sacred. Women will feel this immediately. Some will be disarmed by it. Some will be magnetized by it. Some will walk away because the reflection of their own unhealed selves is too bright, too clear. But those who stay, those who choose to remain within the gravity of your authenticity, will offer you something you cannot manufacture: genuine connection. Not connections built on roles or status, not connections driven by who appears more powerful, but connections where both people can lay down the heavy burden of pretense and simply be. And from these connections, a new richness will enter your life. Conversations will become deeper, full of silences that feel like prayers rather than awkward gaps. Physical intimacy, if it blossoms, will no longer be a transaction of bodies, but a communion of souls. Even the friendships you forge will feel more nourishing, because they are no longer rooted in what you can give or what you represent. They are rooted in the sacredness of mutual being. Chosen one, as you seek authentic connections, remember to be patient. True alignment cannot be forced. It must be revealed, tested, and chosen over time. Do not rush to fill your space with noise simply because silence feels unfamiliar.